Hey, what's happening? You're watching Toonami TV. This is the Leicester versus Newcastle United match preview. The game kicks off at 2 o'clock this Sunday at the King Power Stadium. It's the first of a few difficult fixtures ahead. We knew this after the Norwich and Burnley games when we needed to try and get a win from somewhere. We managed to get that last week against Burnley at St James's Park, beating them by 1-0. We managed to pick up 4 points from those two fixtures, but it's a welcome relief that we managed to get that victory. Otherwise, our league position would have been more difficult. Now, I'm not saying because we've beaten Burnley that we are anywhere near staying in the Premier League, but the lads have got confidence. They've got that momentum going to Leicester, looking for another 3 points. Eddie Howe said in his press conference this morning that it's game by game. It's dangerous to look at all the fixtures that we've got coming up between now and the end of the year that we are not going to get the results, because you just never know. Throughout Christmas, there's always going to be a club that doesn't really hit the heights and injuries kick in and poor results happen. And this is the case for Leicester right now. You know, they have a few COVID cases. They're not doing very well in terms of their Premier League run of form. They got beat 2-1 off Aston Villa at Villa Park, and they also lost against Napoli in the Europa League last night. They're not going to play the strongest side by the looks of things on Sunday because they're not going to have the players to pick from. But I'm under no illusions that it's going to be an easy game, because Leicester are a good side. They do have strength and depth, and we need to go to Leicester and play like we are capable of playing, like we did against Burnley. Just finding a way to get the points, because if you look at the Premier League table, Leicester are dropping down the league. They're currently 11th on 19 points. And you look at ourselves, we are still in that relegation zone on 10 points. Yes, it looks better than what it was last week, but we still need to climb the table. We still need to look for the points, because we can't rely on the likes of Watford and all these other clubs above us to do us favours. We have to help ourselves by being consistent. So it doesn't mean, we'll beat Burnley and then we'll go back to being what we usually are, as losing games. But I don't believe that. I believe that we have a good enough side, to stay in the Premier League. Of course, we've got January coming up. I believe in what the manager's trying to say. And Eddie Howe said that they've trained well all week and that the players have responded, to his training methods, and that he is going to approach the game to win, and that he sees an opportunity against Leicester City with them not being, in the best run of form. And he said that the players are in a good, they're in good health, and that there's no, issues with COVID, touch wood, and that the players are round to go on Sunday. And the players have had a boost from the win against Burnley. But as said, this is the business end now, where you kind of find out who's going to go down and who's going to stay up, because we're in that middle part of the season now. But against Leicester at the King Power, we've beaten them a couple of times. Last season we beat them 4-2 under Steve Bruce, so we know that they are there to be got at, and this is the perfect opportunity. And, if you take positives, from last week, we didn't give up. Even, at, the first half when it was 0-0, you're thinking, it's going to be another one of them games against Burnley where, they're coming up for a point, they're parking the bus. We are just going to, not go for it. Second half, we got that lead through Wilson, but we managed to create other opportunities in that match. We should have won by more. That's the most disappointing part. We should have maybe scored 2 or 3. But we have to against Leicester. We're going to have to create the chances. We're going to have to put them in. And we're going to have to, be good on the ball, because Leicester, we know that they're a good, possession-based side. They've got a lot of pace in their side, with Jamie Vardy, Thierry Mons, got Madison. They've got players there that can really, do it on the day. And we have to be, 100% on our game. Otherwise, if we're not, we'll drop our standards like we have done before the Burnley game. Then we'll just get punished. It's as simple as that. I can't put it any plainer than that. And we need to look at what Leicester have done in their previous games and try and punish them even further. But as said, with this game on Sunday, it's just a chance to pick up back-to-back wins, because if we can get a victory against Leicester, then if Watford drop points, we can go level with them. And, there was talk of, well, where Newcastle stand after, 14 games before we played Burnley, no club has stayed in the Premier League. Well, history's there to be made, isn't it? We can stay in the Premier League. And, I'm looking at players that will have such as, St. Maximin. We need to try and get the ball into this lad as much as possible. He needs to help himself by, driving at that Leicester back line. If there's no chance on, then make the pass. So, for example, if Wilson's looking for it off Shelvey's looking for it, pass the ball. You never know, there could be a better opportunity there from the midfielders. And talking to the midfielders, the likes of Shelvey have to be on their game. We know what Shelvey's capable of, when he's on it. If he gets the possession, if he doesn't act lazy, if he tries to create the chances, then we have a better chance of winning the match. Joe Willock, he's starting to improve his game a bit, but we need to see it on a regular basis. There's competition in that midfield, so he needs to step up. And, we've seen it with Almiron as well against Burnley. I thought he played really well. He runs about. You want players who are going to run about for you. And as I said, I was talking about trying to get the ball into the midfield as much as possible. We'll need to do that on Saturday. Try and get it into Almiron as much as possible. Wilson's going to be crucial as well, to us trying to get the 3 points. Wilson scored that goal against Burnley. He took it really well. Again, it's all about the service. And if we can get the service into Wilson and give him the chances, then it's going to look better for us. As we know, Leicester City so far this season have been vulnerable, at the back defensively. And there's our opportunity. Yes, okay, we've been defensively all over the place as well. But since Eddie's come in, we have looked a solid unit. But as I said, talking of service with Callum Wilson, he needs to also help himself. If he can, get in the box as much as possible, then that would really help our cause. Joe Linton's been fantastic as well. I hope he gets his start against Leicester. A much improved player under Eddie Howe when he's played in the correct position. And we need to see as much as Joe Linton as possible. Try and get the ball into him. And Joe Linton, again, needs to help himself, by putting himself around the box. Because we know that Joe Linton is going to become a special player under Eddie Howe. And so I hope he does anyway. Because Eddie Howe, you've got to trust him and his team. Because he seems to be doing it in the training. And he's replicating that in the matches. He's working a lot harder than he used to under Steve Bruce. That's no disrespect to Joe Linton under Steve Bruce. It's just the training under Steve Bruce was never that good. Talking of the odd potential injury, it was Fabian Schär. Eddie Howe mentioned in his press conference this morning that he had a slight problem, but he's been training all week, so hopefully he should be okay for Sunday. But talking of the defence, I'll keep it the way it is. I would definitely give Fernandes his shout alongside either Fabian Schär or Jamal Lascelles. It's most likely going to be Jamal Lascelles, but if I had it my way, it'd be Fabian Schär and Fernandes together. As said, Kieran Clark is still serving his 3-match suspension. He's got 2 games left, so we'll see him very, very soon. But as said, I'll be happy with the same lineup that played against Burnley. Just go for it and don't leave anything unturned in this game. We're very capable, as said, of getting the 3 points. A draw wouldn't be the worst result, away from home at Leicester. But I know that there's more to give, with this squad under Eddie Howe's management and his team that he's got around him. I'm feeling positive for the game on Sunday. I haven't felt this positive in a long time. I'm not just saying that because it's Christmas. I just feel like things are slowly starting to turn and that the lads are really buying into what Eddie Howe's trying to do. And as I said, there's no better time to play Leicester City than it is now with their current situation. But we'll see on Sunday with the final result. Score prediction, I'm going to say 2-1 Newcastle. Feeling upbeat, feeling positive that if, like I say, we play like we did against Burnley in this time, just create more chances and put the ball in the back of the net, then, as I said, Leicester with their defensive problems, we can, go on a bit of a goal fest, if you like. As I said, we don't do anything easy. We are not always the best at the back, so that's why I think Leicester will probably grab one. But yeah, 2-1 Newcastle. Let me know your thoughts going into the game on Sunday. Are you looking forward to it? And if there's any changes that you make to the team, let me know. And let me know your score predictions. Anyway, enough of me rambling. This has been the match preview for Leicester versus Newcastle. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will be back with the review on Sunday afternoon straight after the game. Hit the like button as well, that's very important. Can we get over 30 likes on this video? I know you can do it, just so I know that you're still watching the videos and that you enjoy the content. And as said, feel free to share the videos out with your friends and your family. Follow me on social media, Toonami TV, Instagram and Twitter. Give us a follow, I'll follow you back. And I'll see you all in the next one.